It's Summit Dodge Tommy's Hockey on 95.7 The Wolf, and on the line with me is Matt Eagles, a new face in the crowd, but someone who is familiar with Tommy's Hockey. And before we even get into it, Matt, of course, everyone knows your dad is the head coach, but you have an affinity for the Tommies anyway, and that helped kind of make your decision to come to St. Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, growing up and going to the games and whatnot, being a Fredericton boy, it was nice to be able to come back home, and it's exciting. So I'm really looking forward to the year and the next few years. Okay,
now of course the decision to come to St. Thomas, when it was made, I talked to your dad, talked to you about it. This is something that it must be kind of nice for you to have that opportunity. But I'm sure there's the other side of it too, because he's still coach.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a reason people could think that would be a difficult situation, but to be honest, he and I have such a professional relationship that it's never really crossed my mind or his mind, and it's I respect his decisions and his mind for the game. So I personally, for me, I don't look at him as any different than any other coach I've had.
Definitely. Now, Matt, when you take a look at your career in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League with the Moncton Wildcats, just wrapping the experience you gained during that time, you were here for some exciting years, some lean years, and then a high towards the end. Talk a little bit about the trial by fire in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Well, I mean, I can't say enough about my time in Moncton. I had a blast there. Was fortunate enough to play with some very good players and make some very good friends in that organization. It was, it was 4 years. It felt like it was probably about a year and a half. It went by pretty quick, and it's, when you look back and say, "Holy cow, that's already gone." It's scary to think of. It doesn't seem like that long ago I was going to my first camp, but like I said before, it was probably the 4 best years of my life, and I'll never forget my time there and the people I played with, and even the coaches I had. Everything about it was just tremendous.
When you take a look back from the first time you came to one of the Wildcat camps, the growth from that very first camp to finishing off with the C on your chest, talk a little bit about that, because each year you seem to get a little bit extra role added to you as you progressed.
I mean, it was a tremendous honor to be given the captaincy last year, and there were some good captains there before me, from Chris Gaudette, Phil Mangan, Chris Morehouse. Not only the captains, but guys like Philippe Dupuis, Stéphane Goulet, Adam Pino, some older guys that I was able to learn from, Matt Marquardt. Just you try and learn a little bit from everyone that you play with, and at the end of the day, hopefully you can kind of develop your own identity as a leader, and that's what I tried to do. And it was, last year was a very special year. Not only because I had the captaincy, but we had a very special group of guys and a real tight-knit dressing room. So that's obviously a year that I'll never forget, and we'll cherish those memories.
When you take from that, when you move forward, you're coming in as a rookie into the St. Thomas University squad, coming into that dressing room. So everything you've learned previous, you can put in, but you're also going to learn from the leaders who are already in that dressing room.
Yeah, for sure. It's a new experience, but I don't think too much on that. I just try and be myself. Act the way that I normally would, do my best to help the team, whether I'm a first-year guy or a fourth-year guy. I want to do my part, and if I think that something that I can do can help the team, or something that I can say can help the team, then I'll say it. I think we're all at the age now where the whole dynamic of a veteran-rookie relationship has changed quite a bit from your years in junior. I think when you go into junior, you're a 17-year-old kid playing with 21, 20-year-old men. When you get to university, everyone's kind of been through the grind of major junior, and there's less of a class structure, I'd say, in the dressing room.
Definitely. Now, Matt, when you make this decision to play for St. Thomas and then and play in the AUS, it's an exciting conference to be part of, because again, watching from afar and then watching as you were playing in the queue, you keep tabs on what's happening in the AUS, and you see what a competitive university conference is. So that must make it exciting as a hockey player to play in such an exciting brand of hockey.
Oh, no question. I mean, the conference itself could be almost considered a semi-pro conference. It's there's some tremendous players in this league, and you see for yourself when UNB is able to go down there and outshoot the Portland Pirates pretty much with their full roster in an exhibition game. That's got to speak volumes about the quality of hockey that's being played in the AUS. So obviously my goal is still to play afterwards and maybe get a chance to play pro someday when I'm done at St. Thomas. So it's this conference was really a huge selling point in terms of its level of play as to making my decision in what school I want to go to.
Now, of course, you did have a little bit of a chance to go to the Manitoba Moose and have a chance out there. How did that come about?
They had approached me last year when I was a 20-year-old in Moncton about maybe going to their camp, but with the timing of their camp being so late, it would have been really difficult for me to go. It was late in the year. The camp didn't start till the end of September. My team in Moncton was already well into regular season, and it just, being the captain, it would have been very difficult to abandon my team kind of at that time and just say, hey guys, I'll see you later. I'll be back in a few weeks. So this year they approached me again and asked me if I'd want to go, and I went there and had a blast. It was a great experience, and hopefully I get a chance to go to another camp here in the not too distant future.
And with this, of course, that's always you still have that aspiration, and of course, everything is sort of like a learning block, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, for sure. It's I had some great conversations with their coaching staff and their management staff out there, and talk about different parts of my game that that I can improve to play at that level, and just finding different ways to get better all the time, and never giving up. You'll see a lot more guys coming out of the AUS and playing pro hockey afterwards. When
we take a look at the opening weekend, you had a victory against the University of Moncton and a loss in PEI. Talk a little bit about the opening weekend of the season, because the squad the squad realizes you're going to every night there's no nights off because it's a short season.
Yeah, it's it's a little bit different than junior. Junior, you're playing 70 games, and it's almost like another night, another game. Here you're playing just 2 games on the weekend. It's real high intensity and fast paced, and it's a different style of game a little bit. But it was just that night in PEI. I think one of those, we just had a little bit of a snowball effect going on. We got down early and things just kind of went from bad to worse. There was parts of the game that I thought we played pretty well. We battled hard in some areas, and first parts of the game took it to them pretty good. It was just one of those things where, when it rains, it pours. We couldn't really get a break, and it seemed like they were getting every single one of them. So I think we got to learn from that and have a good week of practice, and get back at it and not get too discouraged with ourselves and play confident on the weekend.
Definitely, Matt. We really appreciate your time today, and I'm sure we'll talk as the season progresses.
Sounds good. Talk to you there.
All right, it's Matt Eagles of the St. Thomas Tommies. You're listening to Summit Dodge Tommies Hockey on 95.7 The Wolf.